I still don't have an intro. It's gonna happen, inshallah. But I did find out what I can name, like the little banner thing on the YouTube that says like JR Cali and all that. I think in JR Cali giving unsolicited workout and calisthenic tips. Nothing more, nothing less. I like that. I like that a lot. So first thing, I gained like 20 subs again out of nowhere, which I'm thankful for. I started this from like a couple months ago. I don't know when. Okay. First thing I'm gonna get out the way. I posted a video of a nasheed, me using a nasheed, because I can't listen to music, so I'm Muslim. And a bunch of Muslim people are watching it. Surprise, surprise. Now, I just want to get one thing out the way, though. I ain't no sheikh. I ain't no imam. I ain't no person. I ain't nobody you look up to for being a Muslim. The reason I say is because I see a couple comments where it's just like, seek ilm, akhi. It basically means seek knowledge, akhi. And I'm just like, bro, I'm a grown-ass man, and you was talking to me like this. Like, I know, like, it was with probably good intention, and I appreciate that. And, like, bro, you don't know what I'm looking up 8 hours a day while I'm welding, and I'm just listening to... You don't even know what I'm listening to all day. And, I don't know, that kind of just irked me the wrong way, which I don't know why. There's a bunch of positive comments, and I really appreciate those comments. It was, like, I remember it was, like, 40 subs, like, 2 weeks ago, and I'm at 60. Alhamdulillah. But, yeah, I just want to get it out of the way. This channel, I ain't gonna be a Muslim on here. I'm obviously gonna follow the rules, but like, I ain't here to give Islamic advice. I'm gonna stay in my lane and talk about calisthenic advice. I'm not gonna be like every other YouTuber who just looks up every hadith that goes with their opinion, and they're just like, oh, it's sahih, this dude is all. No, I'm gonna stay in my lane and do what I'm good at, do what I'm talking about, do what I'm actually knowledgeable about, instead of just being a random kid or young adult and just starts trying to spread the Islam. Good stuff for them, but that ain't my lane. Seek knowledge, doing better. But this is where I do this because I enjoy doing it, and I think the information I give out is good, and it helps a lot of people who don't know anything. Not know anything, but you know what I mean. But so this video talks about if I had to start over from like ground zero in calisthenics, and I wanted to get back to where I am now, how would I do it? It would, for me, and my goals, because my goals was to be like the best of the best. Like, I wanted to be the strongest dude. I wanted every move. I wanted the freestyle. I wanted the endurance. I wanted everything calisthenic I could dream of. I wanted all of it. So that may not be your goal, but if you're just looking at this just to learn from my experience of what I would do different after like 6 years of training, here's what I would do at first. First thing, I wish I would have put more respect on the basics. What do you mean by that? I was the one who tried to skip over a few steps. I thought I was, after I could hold a handstand, do a few cool tricks here and there, I thought I didn't need to do the basics anymore. Wrong. I wish I had set a standard. There's a great video by Phileas, whatever his name is. He had a standard for calisthenics when he started training. He said he didn't do skill work until he had a set number of reps, and I think it was 70 push-ups straight. Then it was 15 pistol squats each leg. Then it was like 25 to like 30 pull-ups and like 20 to 30 leg raises from like dead hang. When I heard those numbers, I was like, that's insane. I didn't think you needed that much in order to start skill training. You technically don't, but what it does is that it makes hopping through the progressions a lot easier. What I did was, as soon as I could do like a handstand, maybe like a crappy advanced tuck planche, I was like, I don't need to do any more push-ups or pull-ups. Nah. Respect the basics. Respect the pull-ups. Respect the push-ups. Respect the basic body weight squats. Respect them. And respect the push-up progressions below the regular push-up. I hate when people say girl push-ups. They're like, oh my gosh, you're doing them on your knees. It's a girl push-up. Habibi, I literally can do no leg push-ups, and I still use the girl push-ups. The guys who call them girl push-ups, I guarantee you I can do more push-ups than them. I guarantee it. So when they try to like see that this progression, this is below me. I'm too good for this progression. You ain't. You ain't. I promise you. So I wish I had set a better standard for the basics. So what I would recommend is, if you are starting out, try to take time to get really good at the basics in all aspects and variations. If you can do like 50 regular push-ups, try to do 50 diamonds, 50 wides, 50 incline, 50 decline. My favorite like tip to like master a exercise, you want to take an exercise that's hard and keep doing it until it's easy. And the way to tell if it was easy is if you could do 100 reps in one workout, or up to 1,000. Yes, I did do reps of over 1,000 and 2,000, 3,000, maybe not 3,000, but 2,000 definitely. What I would do for like a push-up to know if I was good or not, or to be really, really freaking good at push-ups, was that in my old place, it was a staircase. It was like 12 steps. You would do 10 push-ups per step, and you would do that for rounds. And eventually, I got to where I was able to do 50 push-ups, wallahi, 50 push-ups per step, and I would do it for like 2 to 3 rounds. And that equated to like over 1,000 push-ups. So it was 50 steps, 50 push-ups times 12 or 14, or maybe even more steps. And then I would do that 3 to 4 times. And that was probably the best workout, best pump of my life. And you ain't gonna move for a week after that. So doing stuff like that, doing not just reps, but doing reps for time. So maybe doing more basic progressions, like Powerful, the guy named Powerful from New York. He called it under basics. People say the basics are push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. He said not everybody can do those, so those can't be basics. And I agree with him on that. He said do the under basics, where he would do pull-ups, his feet on the ground, and a bar over in front, like a dip bar. He's sitting down, and he would just do pull-ups like this. Do it for 3 to 5 minutes straight. That built him the base to do all the crazy stuff he can do. So same with the push-ups. Do it on a wall, do it on an elevated surface, and do it for a couple minutes. And that builds the strength up easier and faster, and you have more endurance to be able to do a lot more push-ups on the ground. So they've definitely gotten really good with basics. Number 2, I would say, I think I did this well, but for other people, be a sponge for knowledge. You want to learn as much as you can from everybody. I didn't care if you were a twig or a fat ass, or if you were, if you were a huge guy, or if you were a weightlifter, powerlifter, anybody. I didn't care who you are, what you look like. If you had some knowledge, I would take it. I would be obsessed with it. Where I would have like the handstand push-up. How do you handstand push-up? I would have 12 different handstand push-up tutorials, and I would put it in a playlist and watch all of them. That's how much I was trying to learn every single thing. While the majority of them said the exact same thing, there were small things that were different. Some would say, oh yeah, you do this exercise, the pike push-ups, and you do the lean, and you do the push-ups, you have to build strength. And then someone would say, oh yeah, you should really aim to push in with your elbows. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take note of that. Or there will be some where say, okay, maybe you should do handstands on different surfaces. And I was like, oh, okay. That's useful. That's useful to know. And there was one time where I would watch an anime like Baki, and he would do crazy stuff in order to get good, where he would basically put his life on the line in order to make sure that his body literally is forced to adapt. So I did that, any reasonable human being. So I literally would do handstands on dangerous spots to where if I didn't catch myself in the balance and held it, I would have died. So I would do it like over like a small cliff, over concrete, and I would literally, probably scary, it was probably like 12 feet in the air, concrete thing, and down there was concrete. I went to the very edge of it, and I said, I gotta do a handstand. And then I kicked up, was too scared, obviously. Then I kicked up another again, and again, until I was able to, I literally basically made myself overshoot, so I was forced to catch myself. That may be a little extreme, but that definitely helped me get to my handstands where I'm at today. Another thing I'd say that helped me get better was how to perform under stress and how to perform under when times aren't good. Because anybody can be happy, go lucky, can do good work when everything's going good in life. I was working out since I was 15. I didn't have much stuff going on in life except working at McDonald's and freaking school. That was my only stress. after a few years, life ain't like that all the time. You gonna be running off 5 hours of sleep, okay? For a lot of time, for most of the time, when I was working on 12-hour shifts or more or stuff like that. I wish I would have known that periods of your life, there's not going to be the best for your training. So you should listen to your body and try to adapt to the situation at hand. So what I should have done during those times is that, okay, the hardest time was when I was working night shift because I couldn't sleep in the day. I couldn't sleep at all. It was terrible. And I would do that and I tried working for like 6 months and they were 12-hour shifts and it was really hard. So what I wish I would have done was I would have taken the expectation, like the standard I set for this type of like strength or workouts I should be doing. I wish I should have brought it down earlier. And I wish I would have eaten more and slept and napped, do whatever I can to basically rest more because I couldn't do it. And reduce the training volume by a lot. Since I couldn't recharge as much as I could, I had to basically use my body less and understand that I kind of had to listen to what life was throwing at me. So it's just like, okay, this week ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to train that week at all. So guess what I did? That week is now the deload week. That's the week I'm resting and I'm getting ready to go again at the other time. Another thing I wish I would have done if I had to start all over is I wish I was a bit more organized when I started the training, so it would have eliminated a lot more overthinking. A lot of people, when they start off doing calisthenics, there's more exercises than freaking Pokemon of calisthenics. And it's hard to find out which one is like worth like a while, and you only find that out with experience. Yeah, I guess it kind of goes back to the basics, but understanding like, one, you can't have more than one goal involving the same muscle groups at the time. If you want handstand or planche, you gotta pick one of them. It's just how it is. If I want front lever pull-ups or one arm pull-ups, I gotta pick one. But usually, if you do get really good at one, they transfer over to the other one, so you don't gotta really worry about that. But it's just, I would try to do handstand, muscle up, planche, back lever, front lever, and I would try to do all of them at once. I would literally have like 9 different exercises for the workout, maybe 3 or 4 hours long. Useless. It would have been much more effective if I did like 3 or 4 really hard exercises that transferred over to everything else. So I guess making a list of like the goals you want. If you want all the goals, like you were super determined, you were really motivated, I would say get focused on like the handstand or dip. Get super strong at that. Handstand push-ups, weighted handstand push-ups, all that. If you can get strong at that, there's like a -% chance you will not be stronger at planche. You will be stronger at planche and Maltese handstand dips if you get stronger at the handstand. For the one-arm pull-up, get stupid strong at the weighted pull-up or the front lever. Either one, it will increase your strength for the next one. So I guess understanding like the real bang for your buck exercises, that would be, I wish I'd try to figure that out instead of doing like 100 different exercises, getting no results. And this is off the dome for real. In terms of, for me, wanting to be as strong as possible, I guess the next thing I would undermine, it would be cues and breathing. Finding out the proper cues and how to breathe literally changed how I viewed training. Though certain cues and what are cues? Cues is basically like a step-by-step process on what you're doing for the exercise. So if I'm going to do a muscle up, I have a cue. Go over the bar, tight. Or I'd be like, pull up, over the bar, squeeze, breathe, and then basically people do muscle ups like this, trying to get over the bar, but they can't. I have a cue where I'll be like this, swing, lean over, and then press up while lifting my head like that. There's a process to it. So understanding proper cues, getting coaching, that's the one. Basically, you want a coach or someone more advanced than you, or really strong friends or strong companions around you. The reason being is because I met someone who could do full planche, and I was struggling to get full planche. As soon as I saw it with my own eyes, that full planche was a legit thing, because planche in calisthenics community is like a legend. It's like nobody's seen it before. It's like it's only seen on the internet. Me seeing him do a full planche basically destroyed the belief that planche is possible, because we were like the similar build, similar height. It's like, I can actually do that. I just saw him do that. He's not that much different from me. I can do this. And literally a month later after meeting him, I got a straddle planche. It literally changes your mind, as well as hanging out with like strong friends or super knowledgeable friends. Like, I literally know probably 10 or more calisthenic guys, and all of them are really amazing in their certain things. I know a guy who can do a straight arm back lever press thing. He's amazing. He's literally incredible. Then there's a guy who can do handstands on straight bars. I'm like the guy who can kind of do everything, but I'm not the best at everything except for like endurance reps. Literally no one touching me in that. For also having strong friends, knowing how to cue and how to breathe properly, and talking to a coach about it, that changes the world. It literally can be the difference between you staying in one progression or you jumping to the next one. That's how big of a difference it can be, not knowing the proper cues to some things. Next thing, it would be, I did this well. I think I did this well, but for anyone who's starting out and you have really bad aspirations, be stupid competitive. Literally maul everyone around you. Not like maul, but like aspire to be the best. Like, I wanted to be the strongest. I wanted to be strongest in the neighborhood. I wanted to be the strongest in the freaking school. I wanted to be the strongest, like literally in wrestling. When I was chasing strength since I was 15, even if you were a state champion, and I've had guys who were 6 foot, 220 pounds, literally incredible judo guys in wrestling throw me around. Him and a state championship wrestler, all of them, they still admitted that I was very strong. And that to me was a pretty big compliment coming from guys who would wipe the floor with me. And I say that humbly, because in wrestling, it humbles you. I remember the first time I wrestled, this 5 foot twig folded me like an omelet. That man could have taken my lunch money, and I couldn't have done a thing about it. He would, yeah, if anyone gets into a sport, do a combat sport. It's literally amazing. But yeah, having strong friends, learning from them, getting a coach and understanding breathing and cues can like make a big difference. And I think, and the mentality of just like, I have to be the best. I want to be the best. Like, it would even go to extent, like, you also want to apply that mentality to like everything else in life, whether it be school, whether it be work. Like, even me as a welder, I'm like, I want to be the best welder. So I want to do the hardest things possible. I want to find the best welder and learn under him. So that's what I basically did for calisthenic athletes or for people in my field. It would even to be to the point where I was even a little bit cocky. You don't want to be cocky. You want to be like I mean, even if you're like super humble and you're a strong guy and you're trying to be strong, like, people are going to hate on you no matter what. But I remember it would be to the point where it's just like, I would go in high school. You know how high school, they were like always trying to recruit you for the military and all that joint. But what they would do is that they would test you for like push-ups, right? And I was a little cocky guy. So I would literally go to every single one of them, all the competitions. So it'd be like Navy, the Marines, the Army, all those joints. I would literally go to every single one of them in a day. And I would say, oh, hey, y'all got. It was like, oh, okay, you guys got push-up. What do I win? What's the number I got? I literally would go up to them and say, okay, how many push-ups do I need to get this? Or like, what's the highest record of push-ups? They would say, all right, it is 72 push-ups. That's the record. And I'd be like, oh, okay, 72, cool. I would drop down, do 72 push-ups, and then I would look up, right? Go down slowly, then go back up, 73. Then I ended. I didn't even do it to the max. I just wanted to do it just to show that I could do it, and I only beat the record by 1. I was a menace back in the day. So then I would get up, hey, all right, I got it. They're like, oh, that was great. You want to sign up? Nah, I want the shirt. That's all I want. And so I would literally just be the guy just winning shirts for everybody. I gave a shirt to my mom, shirt to my dad. They have a collection of shirts from a bunch of military. People think they're patriots because of how many military shirts I won for them in high school. But I think that's about it. Not really much I can give out information other than just have a strong mindset, love doing it, really be passionate about it, try to learn from everybody, try to look for people who are in your field, because I promise, even if you think you're the strongest, you're not. Try to learn from everybody, learn from YouTube. YouTube's an amazing source, and try to really pay respects to the basics and understand that, listen, you can be the best of the best, but even the best of the best, they still do their fair share of regular push-ups on the ground. So I really hope that helps, and I'll see you.